Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Hunty MUA, otherwise welcome back. This week I am going to be doing just some everyday kind of tips if you're wanting to get into wearing makeup more on the daily or just beyond what you're doing already. I'll go through my whole process and tell you some different things that you can do and then kind of go past that with some things that I do that you don't necessarily have to do, but you can if you want. So just some different tips and tricks that some of you can hopefully pick up on. I know I've gotten a lot of questions on just things to do for everyday makeup wearing to work or just in general. So I hope this is helpful and I hope you all enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up down below, leave me a comment, go follow my socials. I'm Hunty MUA725 on Instagram. That's TikTok. My Instagram is Hunty725. Go follow me there. I love interacting with you all outside of here so I can talk to you all more. Anyway, keep watching if you want to see how I get into this look and go over some everyday tips and tricks. So I'm just gonna get started on my brows first as usual. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz, fill them in, clean them up with some concealer. So I'm just gonna fill these in. So now that I've got my brows filled in, I'm gonna go ahead and prime before I clean those up with some concealer. I am gonna go in with a primer that's new to me. Actually, it's been around for a while, but I've never tried this. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. This is just the regular one. I know this has been around for a while. I've never tried it, but I got it during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty and figured, why not try it? Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my brows off camera just to clean them up, smooth them out a little bit, and I'll be right back. These eyebrows really said not today. Next thing is to go ahead and go in with some foundation. So I've already primed my skin. I'm liking the way that's looking more after it's set a little bit. Initially, my reaction to that primer was that it was way too like glowy. Like I have gotten a lot more into the glowy skin vibe over time. I just think I like it more than like a stark matte finish with just like a little bit of highlighter in certain places. Like I think glowy skin's really pretty, but I don't need a glowy primer. I got enough oil for that. I got like trust and believe. So I'm gonna do a little bit of what you call underpainting. Underpainting is when you take certain things like cream highlight, cream contour, cream blush, even concealer, and you put that on and blend it out first and then put foundation on top of it. Just because what that does is you can kind of go in, you know, pretty harsh or not have to worry about being so conservative with the application of your products, and then putting the foundation over that essentially makes it look like it's part of your skin. So I just really like this. I'm gonna be really honest, the reason I don't do this a lot is because I forget to. One thing about using liquid and cream like blushes and highlighters and bronzers, put them on before you set your face with powder. If you put this kind of product on top of a powder, lots of times it will break up what's underneath it. So first I'm gonna go in with some liquid highlighter. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer in the shade Enlighten. Rare Beauty is Selena Gomez's line. That is a Sephora exclusive brand. She released her brand, I don't know, I think, no, it was like September, August or September of this past year. So I basically put that liquid highlighter on all the high points of my face, and I know it looks really, really intense, like that's a lot more highlighter than I would normally wear, but you're gonna see how pretty it looks with foundation on top of it. I'm also gonna go in with some liquid blush. This is the Blursh from Made by Mitchell. Mama Mitchell is an influencer, makeup artist. He has his own brand now and he's super talented, but these blushes are so pretty. I'm going in with the shade Peach Sugar, and I'm just gonna put this kind of everywhere I would put blush normally. I'm just going to take his MF1 brush and kind of stipple this in. I know this looks crazy, trust and believe. So now that I look kind of crazy, I am gonna go ahead and go in with some foundation. I'm gonna take my KVD Vegan Beauty Good Apple Foundation Balm. I like it because it looks nice throughout the day. I do like applying it with a brush first. I'm gonna go ahead and go over all of this with a sponge. Setting powder is really, really important with this foundation. I absolutely hate the way that it sets into my forehead. So now that my foundation's all blended out, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. This is my Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer in the shade, ooh, no, that's not what I want. This is in the shade Cream. You always want to go a shade lighter with your concealer than your foundation, just because the areas that you're putting concealer in, the purpose is usually to brighten in those areas. However, always brightening under the eye is important, keeping it focused toward that inner corner and then up here to lift a little bit. I'm just gonna take a bit of a lighter shade of concealer to brighten a little bit more. This is the Hourglass Airbrush Vanish Concealer. So with my concealer on my forehead, since I'm brightening up there, I like to kind of keep my sponge focused and blend it out right in the center and blend it out really, really nice. And once you've kind of got that, you can go around the edges and it kind of just buffs that foundation that's your, regular skin tone and that concealer together. As you can see, that highlighter and that blush are shining through the foundation, but they're not too intense. It's as if that's part of your skin. If you want to stay pretty simple and natural, you can go ahead and set your face with powder here and move on. However, if you're into cream contour like I am, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of that. I'm actually gonna use a new product for this today. I got this during Sephora's VIB sale that they do twice a year. I'm gonna cream contour with this Patrick Ta cream contour and powder bronzer duo. This is in She's Sculpted, so there was a light, a medium, and a dark. I got the medium because the light one looked a little too light for me. So I'm just gonna dip my flat concealer brush, this is just concealer brush that I like to paint on cream contour with, into the cream contour. Does anyone else smell makeup? Half the time it doesn't have a smell. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it smells good, sometimes it smells weird. So I just follow the very top of my cheekbone. So I get my cheekbones, my jawline, my forehead. I am gonna go ahead and contour my nose as well. I think I'm gonna use that for bronzer too, because I like that bronzer. Oh, that's pretty. I knew it would be good. I'm done blending out my cream contour. I am just going to highlight the center of my nose and then set my face. I just got concealer on these black pants. Lovely. But yeah, this is fabulous. Real quick, I'm just gonna cut my cream contour. I am gonna use my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation to do so. Ooh, feel it. Yes. So, before I set my face, I'm gonna go in as usual with my P. Louise eyeshadow base. This is in the shade Rumor 02. I'm running low on this. Do any of you have a Morphe store around you? I know you can get this stuff at Morphe stores. I think I've only ever ordered my P. Louise from Morphe. I don't even know if I've ever placed an order with P. Louise's individual website. But yeah, I am so sad that there's not a Morphe store anywhere close to here, not even in Kansas City. But one of my very best friends moved up to Minnesota last year, and I need to go visit. And one thing I'm super excited about is going to the Mall of America, because she has told me all about the Morphe store and how cool it is. I've got another friend in Arizona, my friend Pascal, that actually edits my videos. Shout out, thank you, you are the best. They have a Morphe store there too, and I like, oh my gosh, I've seen the Morphe stores in different people's YouTube videos, and they just look immaculate. So after I've primed my eyes, I just like going into areas that crease easily, like under the eye, smile line, the little corners of your nose. Kimchi Chic Beauty, if you see this video, I use lots of your products. Can you send me more powder? Thank you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I am gonna go in with my Anastasia translucent setting powder. You don't have to bake with your powder as intensely as I do. I get really oily, I crease a lot. I have just found that for my skin personally, setting my entire face helps me, especially if I'm going to be wearing the makeup for a long period of time or doing a lot while I have it on. So for the eyes, I'm gonna go in and do something just pretty easy and natural. I'm going to use the Naughty Nude palette by Huda. However, if you don't have palettes accessible, if you don't like any of the palettes you have, if you're just in a hurry and don't have time to, you know, do a full look, get your bronzer or your blush and run that through your crease and just blend it out. Tap a little bit of your highlighter on your lid, boom, good to go. There are so many products that are multi-use, especially just for some kind of everyday look. A little bit of warmth in the crease, a little bit of shimmer on the lid. That's literally all you need. That's all I'm gonna do as well. So I am going to go in first with the shade Arouse over here. It is just a more orangey brown. I'm gonna take this on the JH31. And like I said, I'm gonna be really, really simple with the eyes today, not get a whole lot of complexity going here, mainly because I've got some other things that I've got to do after I film and I don't want it to be too terribly late. I'm just gonna blend this and buff it all into the crease though. You can keep it more focused just in the crease towards the corner of your eye if you want, and just stop kind of right here and don't worry about going further over. So if you want to, you can stop there, pop a little bit of highlighter or shimmer on the lid, call it a day. If you want also, you can go a little bit further and deepen up the look a bit. So I am just going to take a bit of a darker brown. I'm gonna take the shade Naughty down here. This is from the brand Glamier. I think I got these in a boxy charm or something, I don't know. They're super cute. Just on a smaller, fluffier brush, just to kind of focus it on the outer corner. Not too much. I am tapping most of the excess off of the brush just because you want to focus on more of a blend for something like this in everyday rather than something that has a bunch of layers to it. So I'm going to take my same fluffy brush and I am just going to blend that into the crease a little bit, just with that other color to soften it up a little bit. But it gives just a little bit more depth on the outside, which is really, really nice. And that's it. The only other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of shimmer to the lid. I think I am gonna go in with this shade Shameless. It's a pink color, just because I really want some color in there. I'm just gonna use my finger and tap this all over the lid. I'm not saying that shadow's bad, it's just not what I expected. It's like holographic, which is kind of cool. Anywho, I am gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and then I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna call it good on the eyes just because I need to keep going. We'll do a little bit of lower lash line here shortly, but other than that, that's it for the eyes. Just warm it up a little bit, add some shimmer, boom, you're done, and it makes such a difference. So I am gonna go ahead and brush off all of this baking powder. I am gonna be trying another new product. This is the One Size Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation. This is Patrick Starr's new powder foundation, and I'm super excited about this. Patrick Starr's amazing, and everything I've used from One Size so far, I've liked. I would like to try more of their products, but like I said, everything I've used, I've loved. Yep, that's fabulous. So we're gonna go ahead and bronze up now. I'm gonna go back in with my Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. Like I said, this is in the medium shade called She's Sculpted. And I am going to take my Sigma F20, just get this bronzer all over it. I feel like the bronzer's gonna be too dark, but we'll see. Oh shoot, that's pretty. A lot of the time, after I go in with my bronzer, I feel like I have to go and fix a whole lot. And I don't feel like I'm needing to do that, which I really, really like. I'm just gonna go ahead and bake underneath my bronzer. So this enhances it a little bit, and I like doing this because it gives more of that cut and sculpted look. This isn't something you want to do if you want to just stop with the bronzer. You can also go in with your bronzer on not so much of a focus brush. You can go in with a brush like this and just, you know, put it on the perimeters of your face and warm it up a little bit if you're not super big into contouring. So while that's baking, I am going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara and a little bit of falsies. I am gonna take, before I do that, my Naughty Nude palette, and I'm just gonna go in with one shade, just ever so quickly, and call it good. I'm gonna go in with that orangey brown Arouse, and I'm just gonna warm up the lower lash line with this. I'm not even gonna use a whole lot. So when you're going in with shadow on the lash line, a good rule of thumb, not even rule of thumb, a good tip, just use smaller brushes. I'm using a fluffy brush, but I'm using a flat fluffy brush just so I can kind of control it more. Since I did go ahead and curl my lashes, I'm gonna put on some mascara. This is the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara. I'm just gonna coat the bottom and top lashes with this, then pop on some Lily lashes in the shade. It's not a shade, it's an eyelash. I'm gonna put on the Miami Flare Lily lashes after I put on mascara, and I'll be back to finish up. I think that's the most even those babies are gonna get. Let's finish up this look, because I am digging it. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush away this bake. I just like to blend it up into that bronzer a little bit. I'm just gonna run a little bit of clear brow gel through my brows. I'm using the Anastasia clear brow gel. Okay, next thing, I'm gonna take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Sculpture palette. I like taking the Diffused Light shade in this. They do sell the Diffused Light powder on its own. I had never tried the Diffused Light before I had this palette, but I like taking this powder. You could also just use a like white eyeshadow or a pure white powder foundation for this, but I have done this in a few of my other videos where I take it on a really tiny powder brush like this, and I like to put it underneath my eyes and just kind of blend it into the nose contour a little bit. You can literally just do this under your eyes into the nose and call it good. I also like taking it on my forehead, just in the middle up here, kind of blending it out, up and over. I also like taking it chin, Cupid's bow right there, and just the tiniest little bit down the middle of the nose. Voila. I have talked about it before, but my friend Samuel Ray taught me this trick. I shot him a text and I was like, hey, I don't know if you came up with this or where you got it from, but this is ridiculous. It just pulls it together. So I'm gonna go in with some blush next. I'm gonna use my Moon Prism blush palette from Hunty MUA's brand Lunar Beauty. I am going to take a little bit of these two middle shades, Twilight and Stargaze. Actually, I'm just gonna take the shade Twilight because it's a more peachy toned blush, and that's gonna blend well with the liquid blush that I underpainted with. So I'm gonna go in with lips before I set my face and put on some highlighter, then we'll be all done. I'm gonna line my lips with the Gigi Good Christian Audette collaboration. This is in the shade Wood. So for lips, a kind of everyday thing to do that I like is to enhance the shape a little bit with a brown or nude brown lip liner, and then go in with a lighter nude in the middle. Just because it gives you a little bit of enhancement, a little bit of color. You can overline a little bit if you want to. As you can see, I don't really have lips, so. That's a little intense, I know, but I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Empowered. So this is a lighter shade, and I'm just gonna focus this mostly towards the center and kind of blend it out. It gives a really pretty effect. That brown lip liner is making it a little darker than what I intended. So I just tapped a little bit of the shade Oh Hi in the center. So next I'm gonna go in with the setting spray before I highlight. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Dewy Set. So next I am going to go in with some highlighter. I'm gonna be using my accent highlighter from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is in the shade Mesmerized, which is a more pinky shade. I'm gonna take it on my Anastasia A23. Just put it all on the high points of my face. A little bit on the chin. Also like to go up on the temples as well. Lastly, I'm gonna take a small brush like this to highlight my inner corner and my nose. And then that is that. So that's the finished look. Just a few everyday basics, some ways to just kind of go about putting on makeup to get into it for the first time. I hope you found some helpful tips. Before I forget, I'm gonna put on a little bit of lip gloss. This is the Artist Couture. It's a gloss from Artist Couture, and this is the shade Foreplay. So that is the finished look with all of my tips. I always forget to do something, usually putting on lip gloss or eyebrow gel. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me know different things you want to see, different ideas, challenges, products you want me to review. I love all of your input and interacting with all of you, and I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate all the support. It means more than the world to me. Really, it does. If you're not already, go follow me on Instagram, Hunty725. TikTok is Hunty MUA725. Give this video a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Leave me a comment. Like I said, let me know things you want to see, and check out the description for all of the products that I used and my social links. Thank you all again so much, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye, everyone.